Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. Giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwarash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught me this truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect, Shalom. Okay, let's take a look at this headline. It says, shoppers to see empty shelves as retail expert reveals exact date to expect shortages. Okay, now this has to do with the tariffs that's going on, man. Right now, we know that China is being tariffed to high heaven. Okay, and that's gonna cause not only a lot of empty shelves, but like I said, man, everything comes from China. You know, I've said it before. Car parts come from China. Parts that run these different factories that run manufacturing here in the United States. So not only does the Chinese products that we all use come from China, but the American infrastructure here relies upon parts and different things that come from China, man. Okay, let's get into this article real quick. It says the current economic landscape is sending shockwaves into retail space, with one of the expected impacts being a lot of empty shelves. Right? Y'all can remember the C-19 emergency, okay, when they put the jump shot on everybody. Okay, when that happened, what did you have? You had lack of what? You had empty shelves of toilet paper, and they wanted to see how people would react. Okay, well now it's gonna be actually important things, not just toilet paper, man. All right, you don't got toilet paper, use fucking paper towels. Take a shower. Uh, 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 you know, wet wipes, whatever, man. There's alternatives. The people is bugging out over toilet paper, man. You see? But now it's gonna be a real emergency, man. Okay? Let's keep going. It says, as the trade war and tariff troubles cause disruptions in the supply chain, a retail expert has shared the exact date that consumers can expect to see the product shortages. Look at that, man. Empty shell. That's what's coming. That's what's coming to a store near you. All right, it says retail experts predict that American consumers will soon see empty shelves due to the trade war. The U.S. is in a back and forth tariff battle with nations around the globe as President Donald Trump aims to revamp the country's economy, reset global trading relationships, and boost domestic manufacturing. Now, see, this devil Donald Trump, this Edomite, okay, he's working for the elite, the international banking families, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all the others, okay? Their goal is to bring in the NWO beast system, okay, where they mandate the MOTB for buying and selling. You're going to need to wear a C-hip, or Salaki, you're going to need to get a C-hip inserted underneath your skin of your hand or your forehead, right, or your brain with Neuralink and Synchron and all the others, okay? That's the head charagma, right, the brain computer interface, and the RFID C-hip that goes in the hand, okay? That's what they want. And in order to get that, they need to destroy this current system in order to reboot it and reset the new system. Okay, so let me say that again in a way, in simpler terms. Basically, okay, they got to crash this economy, this system, in order to bring in the beast system. You see? Because this system uses the dollar and all that. Okay, but they're going to need to switch it over to, the CBDC or some type of digital currency so they can, mandate this MOTB. Okay, and the best way to do that is with these trade wars. Okay, what's going to happen with the trade wars? Okay, empty shelves, a lot of layoffs. Okay, because remember, a lot of these warehouse jobs rely on things that come from China. Okay, and it's going to cause chaos, man. A lot of layoffs, people already on edge, people already crashing out. Okay, let's keep it going. It says, while the initial goal was to use tariffs to negotiate new trade deals, the situation has escalated into a trade war, right? Which is all by design, again. Okay, because how can they bring out their agenda if the economy and everything's great. The people are not going to comply if everything is great, man. All hell has to break loose for the people to beg for this new system. And that's when they're going to force it on everybody, man. When you really feel like you have no choice, when they got you backed up into a wall, that's how this devil rolls, man. The scriptures say it. Never trust thine enemy. Let's get that. Okay? Let's get that real quick. Sirach 12 and 10. Sirach 12 and 10. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. Does iron rust? Okay, then these Edomites are wicked, man. And you just gotta understand that, man. And not just any old run-of-the-mill crack of trash. We're talking about the elites, man. The international banking families. All right, these particular Edomites use strategy. And all they think about day and night is how to fuck Jake up. And they got the means, and they got the power, and they got the infrastructure and the people under them to do it. Okay? These ain't just any Edomites, man. All right? They're not just winging it out here, man. All right? Let's keep it going. It says, while the initial goal was to use the tariffs to negotiate new trade deals, the situation has escalated into a trade war. While all other countries have 10% baseline levy, China has been hit particularly hard, currently facing average taxation of 145%, with some items as high as 245%. Per a White House fact sheet, these tariffs significantly raise the cost of imported goods are paid by the importer of the goods, oftentimes the American businesses purchasing the products. The levies make the products less profitable for retailers, potentially leading them to decrease or delay orders or cancel them altogether. Mohsen Hart, CEO of a consumer products company, revealed a timeline of when shoppers can expect to see the impact of the order disruptions. The White House has put itself and the country in a bad situation, but doesn't realize it yet. Hart began in an ex post from late April. He explained that China to U.S. trade shut down on roughly April 10th, but that it takes approximately 30 days for shipments to go from China to Los Angeles, 45 days to reach Houston or Chicago, and 55 days to arrive in New York. That means there are no economic effects of what was done on April 10th until about May 10th. So there you go. All right? That's the point of this whole article. May 10th is when you're going to start to see these shelves empty, man. All right? And if you're in New York, it might take, another week or two. All right? But pretty much May 10th, man, start looking. And you're going to see things is going to be empty, man. All right? It says around that time, it's already started to happen. Trucking work is going to dry up. Okay? Isn't that a huge industry, man? All right? When I'm driving on the highway, there's more trucks than cars, man. Not really, but, there's a lot of trucks out there, man. That's the point. There's a lot of trucks. Okay? Everybody knows somebody in their family that's a truck driver. All right, it says warehouses will start doing layoffs because no labor is needed to unload containers, and some products will be out of stock, reducing the need for shipping labor. Okay, see how this has a chain reaction. A lot of people going to be laid off, man. A lot of people going to lose their jobs. Okay, says he noted that the impacts would first take hold in the Los Angeles area, followed by Chicago and Houston after around 2 weeks. All right, and it gets into it, man, but that's the point. All right, May 10th. What are we in now? Okay, May 5th. Yep, May 5th. All right, let's get the scriptures out, man. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Okay, what's the days of our youth? Is now. Okay, it says, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. Right, those evil days, Jacob's trouble. A time that's never before been, man. A horrible time. Okay? Let's read again. While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened. Why? Because when Yahweh Shai returns on the day of the Lord, you're going to have the fathership that's going to block out the sun, moon, and stars, right? And also when these missiles hit, the thermonuclear destruction of America is going to cause a lot of smoke, and the sky is going to be darkened, man. The sun, moon, and stars. Okay, that's the last day. That's the end of the age. Okay, before that happens, hey, what is the point? Verse 1, remember now the Creator. Okay, remember Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Right now is the time to repent and straighten out, Yasharallah. You know, not when all hell's breaking loose, when you boarding up your door, you know, because two of your neighbors just got, you know, shot, and another one of your neighbors is getting thrown in the back of a car, and other neighbors out there fighting over a piece of chicken. You see? You want to remember Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai right now, man. All right? Let's read verse 2 again. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? The keepers of the house are these international banking families, these elites, man. All right, it says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. All right, so when this economy it starts going down, it starts crashing, all right, these jobs are going to go away. All right, it says, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Right, because people are not gonna know what to do when they can't find a job. All right, they lose all these different jobs, man, and that's what's gonna happen with this trade war, man. A lot of people is gonna lose their job. People already talking about the job market is hell. It's gonna be even more hell, man. Everything comes from China, man. All right. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, right? The grinding is working, right? The working is low, the sound of work. So they're gonna, the doors will be closed in the streets, man. No more work, okay? It says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. Yeah, you're not gonna be rising up to your alarm clock anymore. You're gonna rise up to the chirping of the birds, man. All right, that's the end of work. It says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, which right now that's already happening with the terrible music that we have now in 2025. The music is ass. Okay, some of the best music that I like was from the 90s. All right, and even before that, even before my time, before I was born, you know, you can even go back further. There was always good music until, you know, around early 2000s. Is when it started to get really bad, you know. Okay, but yeah, man, this is all in the scriptures. This is what's getting ready to happen. All right, and Jacob's trouble is at the door. Like I mentioned in my last video, now is the time to repent and turn to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, come back to your heritage. If you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian, come back to your heritage, okay? The Bible is written by our people, for our people, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And it's time for us to get our asses back in order, man. Those of us that are going to get in order are going to get in order. And those of us that are not, hey, you're just going to be destroyed, okay? It's all according to the election, man. All right? But if you're watching this video, hey, that's the Lord giving you the opportunity to repent right now before all hell breaks loose. Okay? So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakorash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom wa abad babal. Shalom.